Hi, my name is Mark Shotsky, and I'm recording this video for Coursera Intro to Music Production via Berkeley. And this is the third week, and I'm going to demonstrate signal flow in my DAW, which is Pro Tools 10. I'm going to show how I set up a submix as well as a parallel effect configuration. So I've pre-recorded some tracks. And what I did was I used an instrument drum set within the DAW, but I sent each drum to a separate track for purposes of demonstration. So I've got all these drum tracks. I've got kick, snare, hi-hat, tom, tom 2, tom 3, overhead. And what I did was I went to my setup window, my in and outs, and I labeled my bus 1 and 2 as drums, and then I simply sent the output from each of these tracks to bus 1 and 2, which is now labeled as drums. Then I created an auxiliary track, and I put the input to that same bus labeled drums up here. So now I can mix the drums separately but create a submix, and I can bring the volume up and down with this one fader for the entire mix for the drums, which is a total of 8 tracks. So I'll go ahead and play that so you can hear how that works. You can see I can take the drums down and up with one fader. Of course, I can also individually mix all these drums if I mute other tracks and so forth. Okay, so I recorded some bass, guitar. I put a filter guitar here, and those are separate tracks. Those are not done into a submix. But then the next thing I did was I created another auxiliary track and labeled it reverb send. And the input for the track, it says auxiliary 1.1, which I probably should have labeled reverb send. But you'll notice that up here on the sends for every drum track, as well as the auxiliary bus track for the drums, I've sent that to the reverb track, or the auxiliary track for reverb. And I've sent the additional instruments, the bass, which is down here, clean guitar, and the filtered guitar, all to the same thing. And I did this so that I can use only one instance of a plugin, which cuts down on my latency issues and allows me to run a lower buffer size. But it also allows me to record everything as if it's in the same space. But the other thing that's nice is with the drums and the reverb send, by using the faders between the reverb send and the different instruments, I can put one instrument more to the foreground and how you're listening versus another instrument, while they all still sound kind of like they're in the same room, even though they were not recorded in the same room. And that is an example of why using a parallel effect is a good idea in recording. Okay, so I hope that you could see the screen with this. I know that my lighting is not very good, but hopefully you're able to see everything. And hopefully everything was pretty clear. And thank you for your time and for watching.